I'm walking right now. I should be doing a short, but this is something where I think I need to talk a little bit longer than 1 minute, basically, more than a short. McCarthy, basically, it seems like he convinced 13 people to basically vote for him. So he only needs just two more. And then now he's adjourning for whatever later on in the evening or night to essentially grab those last two. So they get the full 15 where he gets to 218 at that point. I only have one thing to say, basically. It's like kind of weird that, well, I don't want to say weird. I mean, afterwards, after the 12th ballot, basically, he went on into CNN and all the other news programs like, I've got the 2 votes, don't worry about it, I've got them. And by the end of tonight, I'll be Speaker of the House. My question comes down to this, is what did he give up? What's he giving up and conceding for letting, all these other ultra right-wing representatives in Congress that want to vote for him? He wants to be Speaker so bad, he's willing to concede so much power that it's mind-boggling. The other question comes down to is the fact is like, yeah, this is how we govern, basically. This is how we're able to govern, essentially. And my thing is like, you don't govern by conceding so much power, right? I mean, honestly, is that the right move for him? I don't know. I'd love to say that. I would love to say that, the Democrats could have worked with some of the moderate Republicans to convert over, because all they really needed was just, I think, 5 to 6 votes, which they could have gotten, I think, quite honestly. If they had done so, I think, they probably could have worked with them. I mean, it's one of those things where there are even some Republicans, moderate Republicans, they said look, if we had you, Nancy Pelosi, on our side, you are an effective leader. And I think that's the whole thing. That's what it comes down to, basically, is leadership. Is McCarthy a good leader? It's hard to say. I mean, this is a man which he's given up a lot, where you could pretty much do a no vote of confidence against the Speaker with just 1 vote. I mean, did he really want it that badly? I mean, everyone's saying is Speaker of the House is the 3rd most powerful man once, if the president and vice president are unable. But reality is, how often does that ever happen in this country? How often has that ever happened in this country? We've had vice presidents taking over, but how often have we ever seen a Speaker of the House? And I'll tell you this, McCarthy will not be the first. So this was a little very, very concerning for me, to be quite honest. But we'll see at the next ballot vote for Speaker if he does come to it or not. Honestly, if there were some people that have the courage, they would just basically vote against McCarthy, but not vote towards the Freedom Caucus's nominees, but go with Jeffries, just to show to freak them out. If I was McCarthy, I would have told maybe 2 of my fellow congressmen, hey, next roll call, or 3, next roll call, vote Jeffries. Let's freak out these ultra-wing, right-wing conservatives. Because I think if he'd done that, they would have been freaked out, because they don't want to see a Democrat as a House Speaker. I know if as a Freedom Caucus representative, the real question is, would they have done that though? And that's a tough one to say, but I think they would have just, if they had to choose the lesser two evils, they probably was, okay, fine, we'll choose McCarthy. And that would have, like, you know, more of scaring him into the votes instead of conceding them for votes. And honestly, I don't know, but let's see what happens. With that, I'll leave it off at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed. Next time.